My name is Fred Koch. As the director of Tutor Bump Institute, as we begin to do more of this internet exchange, I'm experimenting with some of the ideas and the ways that we can do it. A lot of questions come up during the training that I give here in Norway, that I give when we give seminars. My other directors run into the same issues. So what we thought we would do today is we just go over some of the basic concepts. You all have Tutor's book. All the answers are in this. When you start to take the certification program, I send you different booklets that have different concepts of how I have been successful using Tutor's concepts. How I've manipulated them to my times, to modern days, to my athletes. This is the key to what you have to do. The most important thing that we have to do with Tutor and Tutor Bump Institute technology is to keep in mind a few things. When you start to design a program for somebody, you have to start with what's the goal. The most important thing is the goal for the coach or the goal for you may not be the goal for your client or your athlete. Then you have to say, how many days a week is that athlete, in this case strength training or the fitness aspect, willing to put in to accomplish that goal? Because again, in the old days, or in a college, an athlete might have all day long. In modern days today, somebody might want to get in the best shape possible 2 days a week. It's not up to us to decide what those goals are. It's to design programs around those goals so our people can get great results. And then the other thing you have to do is how much time per week do we have? So, or not how much time per day, excuse me, how much time per day do we have? Because again, it's every individual's concept. And then of course, what equipment is available for us during our training period. What's been a big issue in training, before we go into designing annual plans and I go into the phases, I have to impress upon you what I felt is the most important aspects of what we're doing. We're planning a program. You've seen a lot of expressions on it. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The concept that I use in strength training and the concept that's been successful in strength training is you plan the workouts out, and that's what I'm going to show you today. If you plan them, you are allowed to monitor the workouts, because most strength training or fitness workouts or sports workouts, people go along from a day-to-day basis. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't know if they're accomplishing anything, if they're not accomplishing anything. So we monitor it. Then we need to be able to evaluate it, because especially in fitness, if you can't sit down after you've designed a strength training program, in this case, or a fitness program, and find out what you did wrong, it's just, we do it in another mood what we're in. And what Tutor has brought to training more than anybody in history, and I'm still looking for this factor in training, defining the progression. We've all seen the steps, 3 up, 1 down. You see them in the book. But I'm still looking for who defines the exact progression. This is why athletes overtrain. This is why in aerobics, athletes have always defined their progression so that they can see what they're doing. In strength training, this is 2010, people still don't define their progression. In the information you receive, you're going to get a lot of information on how we define progression. Again, you don't have to make it your way or my way or Tutor's way, but somehow you have to define a progression so that you can plan it out, monitor it, and then when you're done with it, evaluate it. And we'll go more into showing you how to do this as we go along on this seminar.